Well, greetings from City Mission, and as always, we want to begin with our hopes and prayers that you are well. We also want to say thank you for your ongoing partnership and your prayers and for the great impact you are making. You are the ones that are allowing City Mission to keep the doors open and continue to be here, offering help and hope for our neighbors in need every day, literally every hour of this crisis. This is the 6th week of the coronavirus crisis, and it certainly has been challenging, but we've seen many blessings as well. There was a recent news story that featured 3 of our residents, and they each shared how City Mission had impacted their lives. And what struck me was the theme for each person, 1 man and 2 women, was that the theme of being part of a family, their faith, the purpose they've discovered, and the joy of serving and giving back to others. And we know that you all are the ones that are providing that good example. We also know that a lot of people are struggling with being in the house and not being able to do the things you normally do. I know at City Mission, we really miss our volunteers, not only for their hard work and their service, but just their friendship and their presence. It adds so much to the mission. But we want to encourage you that you are making a difference. I came across a letter recently. It was sent by a donor, and every year this one would make a generous gift to the mission, and it always stood out because she's from New York City. And I would ask myself the question, why would someone from New York City be making a generous gift to City Mission of Schenectady? Well, recently she sent a letter that explained the reason why. I'd like to share it with you now. Here's what it says. It says, "Dear Mike, when I was growing up in Saccocio in the 1930s, I would come home from school for lunch and see poorly dressed men sitting on the back step of the Nelson's house. Then Helen Nelson would come out from her kitchen with a plate of hot food for them. We lived on the hill overlooking the New York Central's rail freight tracks. I asked Mrs. Nelson, 'Are those men hobos?' She said, 'They are traveling souls who need a warm meal.' During those end of Depression days, men rode the freight trains west looking for work. After the trains stopped running, Helen Nelson began donating to the City Mission. At her funeral, when her family suggested making memorial gifts to City Mission, I realized this was a way I could keep alive my young memories of this remarkable lady. You can count on me for a donation to your special appeals." Now what moves me, it's a beautiful letter, but what moves me is Mrs. Nelson's actions, although clearly kind, don't really seem to be that much, bringing a nice meal to someone who is hungry. But imagine that over 80 years later, there is a woman who is continuing to be generous to others because of Mrs. Nelson's great example. It shows the power of doing small things with great love. And I share that with you because right now, even if you feel you're not doing all you normally do, you are setting a good example, and it is helping others and probably inspiring others. And perhaps, who knows, perhaps because of what you're doing today, 80 years from now, there will be somebody who saw you, who watched you, and they're helping others 80 years from now to honor your good example. So from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of all of City Mission, we want to thank you for setting that good example. Be assured it's making a difference and it is greatly appreciated. May God bless you.